And the U.S. expected to announce today sanctions against Russia and the expulsion of Russian officials.
This is all in response to hacks and Russian interference with the election. So we want to bring in our Fox 29 political analyst, Bruce Gordon, because this affects about 30 entities and could be up to 10 people who will be expelled.
Yeah, the U.S. government, though, in this case is hoping, Alex, that this goes beyond and sends a bigger message than the usual. We expel some of your diplomats, you respond by expelling some of ours. The idea here is that there will be some form of economic sanctions put on Russia that will hamper their economy. Remember, they are overly reliant on oil in Russia, not a particularly strong, broad-based economy. So the idea here is to put some real economic pressure on Russia. Part of this, you'll recall, is in response to those reports back in the fall of last year that Russia was actually putting bounties on the heads of U.S. servicemen in Afghanistan, giving money to the Afghans to try and kill U.S. soldiers in particular. Nothing done at the time. This is a response in part to that as well.
Yeah, we should be learning more today regarding those economic sanctions and I'm sure a response from Russia as well. Let's talk about the Supreme Court here, Bruce. 9, could the magic number be 13? What's going on with the possible expansion?
Yeah, there's some talk about this. Frankly, I think it is unlikely to move forward in this direction. There's this panel, this bipartisan committee the President Biden has put together. It is sort of an analysis by paralysis by analysis, I guess you'd say. We don't expect much to come of it. But what's interesting with regard to the Supreme Court right now is you're hearing liberals talking about, hey, we've got to get Stephen Breyer, one of the 3 liberals on the high court, to retire. He's 82 years old, and the suspicion is that if he passes away, once the 2022 midterms have happened, if Democrats lose the Senate, they lose all control over that seat. And so the idea here is retire while we, the Democrats, have control of that chamber. You'll recall Ruth Bader Ginsburg turned away those kinds of requests in 2014, passed away in 2012. That seat wound up flipping, if you will, from her seat to a more conservative Justice Amy Coney Barrett.
Yeah.
And let's get to the latest when it comes to President Biden withdrawing troops from Afghanistan. We've learned this morning that the Secretary of State made his way there.
Yeah, Antony Blinken is on his way there, and basically this is a sales pitch. This is selling this withdrawal plan to the Afghans. And look, this has been a disaster from day one. It is a 20-year, coming up on 20 years now, since the invasion of Afghanistan. It was described at the time by President George W. Bush as, hey, we've learned our lessons from Vietnam. We're not going to be there forever. 20 years later, we're still there at a cost of more than 2,000 U.S. troops killed, more than 20,000 injured, a cost to the U.S. in terms of real dollars that measures in the trillions of dollars, all in these last number of years, at least, to prop up an Afghan government that is not the most corruption-free in the world, let's put it diplomatically there. And so the real risk here, though, and look, everybody wants to get out of there. The real risk, of course, is that the Taliban completely forgets about any kind of peace talks, regains strength, takes over control of the country, and once again, Afghanistan becomes sort of a haven for terrorists. That is the real risk here of getting out by September 11th. Don't love the optics of getting out by that date either. That's another matter.
Yeah, certainly defining a date there. You bring up a very good point, though, Bruce. Looking over the past 20 years, do you think the U.S. ever truly defined its mission? And I would ask the question whether or not they accomplished the mission, but...
Well, it's hard to accomplish the mission when you don't know what it is. And we've heard this from military person after military person, that they were never quite sure what it is they were doing. We hear this term nation building. You go in, you defeat the enemy, and then you set up this stable democracy in that country. There's nothing like a stable democracy in Afghanistan right now. And so this notion of building a nation and then, well, now the circumstances are right, now we can leave. Those circumstances, quite frankly, are likely never to occur. And so the question is, when do we cut our losses and get out? And they have finally decided now, after nearly 20 years, the time is right to get out.
Because even with this, I mean, the top generals weren't necessarily recommending that Biden withdraws troops. So it's interesting that he's going over that.
And the military folks, frankly, never do. They will tell you over and over, as they have in this case, well, when this is accomplished, then we can get out safely. That time never arrives, unfortunately.
Over fear that, as you mentioned, it could revert back.
All right. Well, thank you, Bruce. Oh, with an update, too, then, with the Philadelphia District Attorney race. And
yeah, I wanted to mention, we're coming up on the date now, mid-May for that Democratic primary. Larry Krasner, of course, the incumbent, the reform-minded district attorney who's made some enemies along the way. This is going to be a heck of a race, and we'll talk about this more in the days and weeks ahead. Carlos Vega, one of the prosecutors he fired early on in his time on the job, is the big challenger here. And interestingly, the Philadelphia Inquirer has reported that the Philadelphia Democratic Party has decided not to issue an endorsement of Larry Krasner, which would be the standard kind of pro forma thing to do, to say he's the incumbent, we endorse him. There is no endorsement this time. Krasner has his enemies. He's had the enmity, if you will, from the Fraternal Order of Police from day one, but he has ruffled some feathers, and there is no endorsement here, no polling, so we don't know how serious a challenge Vega will present here, but this could be a heck of an interesting race. We'll talk about it more in the days ahead.
You're right. Yeah, it's warming up, and it's about to get hot, perhaps boiling point. Bruce, always good to see you.
Thank you,
My
Bruce.
pleasure.